Hi everyone, this is Srilekha and welcome to our video on depth first search or traversal of graphs. In the earlier videos, we have talked about breadth first search or traversal of graphs. If you haven't watched the video yet, I would suggest to watch the video first. The link is in the description box below. What is depth first search or traversal of graphs? Depth first search or traversal is a technique where we explore the first neighbor of the current node completely before proceeding on to the next neighbor. So, why do we need depth first search? We have seen breadth first search, which is also a graph traversing algorithm. So, why do we need another depth first search? And when do we use depth first search and when will we use breadth first search? Depth first search is used when the graph is wider, and breadth first search is used when the graph is deeper. We will see more application in the next videos. For now, we can understand that when the graph is wider, the number of nodes to store in the queue will be more. Hence, depth first search will be an efficient technique to traverse the graph in such situations. Let's see the algorithm. Similar to breadth first search we have discussed, we have written depth first search algorithm which suits the disconnected graphs also. The depth first search util function traverses through all the nodes of the graph to make sure we have visited every node, and the depth first search function takes the input of a vertex from the current component and traverses complete component recursively. DFS util. In this method we are initializing the visited array to false. We start from the first node of the graph and proceed to n the number of nodes. We see if the node is visited or not. If the node is not visited, we give it as an input to the depth first search function. In the depth first search function, we take the starting node in the current component and the visited array as an input. We will also take the graph as an input to the function. We can see how we take graph as an input when we write the code. We'll mark s as visited and then we will visit s. So here the visit function indicates that we will be either printing or checking the current value against the target depending upon our use case. We loop through the adjacent elements of S, and if any element is not visited, we call the depth first search function on that node. We will traverse until the node is completely explored and return to the next adjacent element of S. Therefore, we completely recursively explore the current component and get back to the DFS util function. And then if there are any unvisited nodes in the graph, we will visit them using the help of our for loop. Now let's see an example. In our current implementation of DFS, we will explore the neighbors from left to right. Here we have taken a simple graph 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. We start from the current node 0. It is not visited, so we pass it as an input to the depth first search function, and then we go to the neighbor 2. Since we are doing a depth first search, before proceeding to the node 1, we recursively explore the nodes connected to the neighbor 2. The 3 is connected to 2. So we'll call a DFS function on 3. We do not proceed to 2 because we have already visited 2 and marked as visited. So now we proceed to the next adjacent element of 3, which is 4, and call the recursive DFS function on 4. And then we proceed to, since 1 is not explored yet, we proceed to call the DFS function on 1. Now since all the neighbors of 1 are already visited, we return back to the DFS util function. The DFS util function can see that all the nodes of the current graph are visited, so it exits. Now let's just write some code. So this is the driver code I have written for the function. This is the DFS util function and this is the DFS function. So I'll remove this part and then this part. So this is the DFS util function. In this function we are going to declare the visited array as false first. Next, we write a for loop to loop through the nodes of the graph and check whether they are visited or not. If the current node is not visited, we are calling the DFS function on that node. Now coming to the DFS function, you can see we are passing the visited array by reference. This means any changes we made in the visited array will be reflected everywhere. So now we have gotten our input to start for the current component S. We proceed by marking the component. We proceed by marking the vertex as visited, and then we print the current element, and then we loop through the adjacent elements of S. And if they are not visited, we call the recursive DFS function on them. And then we are done. So let's just run the code. Here we have given our example graph as an input to this code. Yeah, as you can see, we have got the correct output. Now let's just proceed to the complexities. The time complexity for the depth first search is O of v plus a, where v is the number of vertices of the graph and d is the number of edges of the graph. As you can see in our algorithm, the depth first search function on a worst case takes O of e time. As we are looping through the number of nodes 0 to v, combined time complexity of the total algorithm will be O of v plus e. Now coming to space complexity, the space complexity is O of v, where v is the number of vertices of the graph. We are using a boolean array to mark the visited nodes of the graph. Instances of the function on the stack will be less than v. So the space complexity is O of v. And thank you for watching the video. If you like the video, please do like, share, subscribe, and until next time, bye bye. Every node.